The Ruthless.
fellas.
The Ruthless. That's right, the fellas. I totally forgot. God, I so long ago. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hello. Happy Friday. I'm so glad it's Friday. Who else is glad that it's
Can I
Friday?
just
Raise
raise
your
both
hands. Raise your
hands?
hands. Hello. It's Friday, you guys. TGIF. Really, really excited that we have a deep dive coming out tomorrow that is with the Ruthless fellas. The fellas at the Ruthless podcast. That's coming out tomorrow. So make sure you watch for that to drop. You can go to our website, chicksontheright.com. You can find all the things, our socials, all the things. Make sure that it's bookmarked. You can go to chicksontheright.com/links to look for all of our socials and all that kind of stuff. But that podcast is dropping tomorrow, and they have a nice little program that they do too. So you can check that out.
They're so fun. That is super, super fun.
It was super fun.
Gosh. All right, let's just get the stupid news out of the way really
Let's
quickly.
do it.
Lil Tay is alive, and I don't even understand why. I don't know why the whole story came out about her being dead with her brother being dead that we reported on yesterday, because her official Instagram had an announcement that they both had died. And so it absolutely was everywhere. Well, then apparently she, through her family, released a statement to TMZ saying, "Nuh-uh, I'm alive, and it's just been a big misunderstanding, and like someone hacked my Instagram." So
Attention. It's a PR. It's a PR thing. I'm assuming.
yeah,
right?
because at the same time, apparently her brother is trying to launch some crypto thing. And
that's what
so
it is.
it
Okay.
seems like
Right.
just a big
Mhm.
publicity thing.
Yeah, it's a publicity thing. So like when celebrities die now, we should all take pause and go, are they?
Are they really dead though?
Are they really dead?
Because now you can't trust anything anybody
No.
says about anything anywhere ever.
Exactly.
Except for us. Now, yesterday we did say she was dead, but that's
Right. We
because
did.
typically that's not a mistake people make. You know what I mean?
It was like written right there. We're just reporting. We see it. We go, okay, this is what we saw. And so, yeah, now we're reporting the actual truth, which is she is alive.
Maybe. I don't know.
We think she's alive. Right.
I don't know if she's alive.
I didn't even know who she was before
Reportedly.
yesterday, you guys. I had no idea. I didn't know that Lil Tay existed. So, there you go.
Oh my God. I think we're streaming together correctly this morning. Hopefully we haven't gotten any error messages. So that's exciting. So sorry if you're watching on Getter, apologies about the difficulties yesterday, and hopefully you found us elsewhere. So, okay. The other stupid news before we get to like the top headline, at least in our view, for today, is that Michael Cohen is considering running for Congress.
Is that not the greatest? Seriously, that guy. He's another example of he just has way too much confidence. Don't you think?
I think he's perfect for Congress, considering he's a big fat liar, and that's what Congress people do.
Well, they do, but we don't need any more of those people in there.
That's true.
We don't need any more of those people who are in there and, overconfident and stupid liars. And I just, no, this guy.
But here's the best part is that he'd be running as a Democrat against Nadler in a primary. He wants to try to primary Jerry Nadler.
He actually could win.
I mean,
he has a chance. I mean, against the Penguin guy, yeah, he has a chance. That's scary, you guys.
Yeah.
And then if he won, he'd be in there until he was 90 years old.
Oh my God.
Anyway. Oh my God is right.
That's a thing that's happening.
Mm-hmm.
We've told you guys that we are going to be together for the August 23rd debate, the first GOP debate. And so we're very, very excited, just about the girls trip part.
Right. We're very excited.
But also, debates are usually a big deal. And then usually the day after the debates, our show is devoted to like all the best moments of the debate.
And it's a clip extravaganza. Like we show you guys all the best clips, and we just kind of break it down for you. And it's usually a longer show, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. So imagine my surprise when scrolling through TikTok yesterday, and I come across our friend Chris Stegall's tweet where he attaches a document, a reportedly from Fox News to various radio stations or whatever. And the news is, I'll read his caption and then we can get into some of the nitty gritty. He says, Fox News is telling everyone in media not directly affiliated with them that the August 23rd debate is exclusively theirs and no one is allowed to air any clips of the broadcast beyond 3 total minutes in one show and never again after a 7-day window. In other words, they're treating this debate as if it's an NFL or MLB broadcast. It's not. This has never been done, and it deserves a legal challenge.
It does. It does deserve a legal challenge. This is outrageous because this is news, you guys.
Yeah.
It's news, and it's like sort of like an attention townspeople kind of a thing. Like we all should have access to that and should be able to disseminate it at will. That's my opinion. I feel like I'm not alone in that. And there should be a legal challenge here. And we're kind of running out of time.
Yeah,
for the legal challenge.
There is no time.
There's no time. So the bottom line is, so Mock and I would be able to show you guys 3 minutes a day for 7 days. Is that what I'm understanding?
And that's it. And then never again.
Never again.
What good this does them, I have no idea.
And not only that, but it's like if we were, say we didn't know about this, there are a lot of people out there who may not get, I say, dare I say, like smaller podcasts or people just willy-nilly getting out there talking about it just on their YouTube channel or whatever. And they may put a clip out there. They can get sued by Fox News, completely destroyed, if Fox News decides they want to do that. We are in a communist country now.
I can't believe it. And you guys, the document is just, it's clear, like they mean business. There's like 6 different rules that they have there, and they're saying you are hereby advised to respect Fox News's exclusive rights to the debate by not broadcasting, transmitting, selling, licensing, giving, bartering, exchanging, or otherwise disseminating the debate or any portion thereof, regardless of whether Fox News supplied you the debate or excerpts were supplied to you by any other sources. Permission is only granted to use the debate if the following restrictions are adhered to. And then there's 6 crazy ass rules where they say, 3 minutes max per show is all you're allowed to use. That you have to put like on the screen, it has to say courtesy of Fox News, which I don't even know how to do that.
I know. How in the hell do we even do that? Like, do we get some sort of like clip art from them?
Because I could just do it like I do our sponsors, right? Like I could do that, but they say it has to be in the upper left or right hand corner of the screen, and I don't have control over where that.
And are they gonna specify it has to be a certain way, a certain graphic? I mean, this is the thing. They make it. I mean, this is Fox we're talking about.
Right.
This is Fox News that we're talking about. It's crazy. Now, I would understand if it were a football game, or if it were a sitcom, or if it were some sort of show that provided entertainment. This is news.
This is news.
Right. It's outrageous what they're doing.
It's just crazy. And then there's that 7-day period, right? Like you can only do it for 7 days, and it has to be, I don't even know what this means, but it says the excerpt footage must be taped directly from Fox News's telecast or obtained directly from Fox News and not from any other source. Additionally, only excerpts that have been telecast by Fox in their entirety may be used.
Okay. So that means that you can't do clips. That means that you only can do so in its entirety means the whole damn debate. Like you can only play the whole debate. Like, what does that even mean? This is the thing. Or just clips between commercial breaks. This is the thing. So I have questions.
I have lots and lots of questions. I mean, none of it makes any sense, and it doesn't do them any good. Like that's the weirdest part about it, is that this doesn't help them in any way. You would think that they would want as much publicity around this debate as possible. And it makes us wonder, what do the candidates think? Like, I would be furious if I were one of the candidates that they would not be allowing clips of the performances to be shared.
Right. And one of the things you said in pre-show, Mock was saying to me, she goes, so I guess we need to tell all of our people to watch the debate. But then there's a part of me that's like, F you, Fox.
Right. I mean,
I
that's
don't
the
want
thing.
you to,
I'm very torn now.
right. There's a part of us that are like, we don't want you to watch the debate because it's Fox now, because they're acting like freaking commies. So we're at a catch-22. So we'll cover it. Obviously, we're going to watch it and we're going to cover it. We won't be showing anything, of course, when we do our pre-show, not the pre-show and then the during show coverage. We'll have it on in the background and we'll kind of be doing a play-by-play. But I mean, normally we would encourage you watch it. We'll watch it together. But man, it's really hard to even encourage you guys to watch something from a network that I don't even recognize anymore.
Yeah. I mean, this is so bad. And it gives Trump so much ammunition to be like, screw this, I'm not going.
Right.
And to do whatever other thing he might be planning to do at the same time.
And if it was with Tucker, can you imagine? Talk about ammo.
Yeah.
I mean, Tucker would be like, seriously, this doesn't surprise me at all. This is who they are.
This is just unreal.
It is unreal.
It's a very different outlook that we have right now on the debate. And certainly our Thursday, I think it's on a Wednesday night. So the Thursday morning show,
it will look different.
We're not going to be able to do what we would normally do. We're just going to have to talk about what happened without showing, or, I was
thinking we could get hand puppets, like we could get like
reenact it.
Nikki Haley, Chris Christie hand puppets, and I can like do reenactments of them for you guys. It'll be really great. We can be super fun. It's unreal. Screw them, man. Screw them.
So mad. You guys, make sure that you have yourself all of your emergency supplies in the event of any kind of disaster on hand. So it is hurricane season, by the way. And so, according to Joe Biden and everybody, there's going to be 7 billion hurricanes this year due to climate change. You need you need to be prepared. And actually, you really need to be prepared regardless of whether you're in a hurricane zone or not, because every part of this country faces some sort of weird phenomenon from the elements, right? Whether you're in droughts or whether you're in power outage stormy places or whether you're in hurricane zones, or tornado zones or whatever. It's so important to not just have like a 6-pack of bottled water. Okay. That can't be your emergency supply. You've got to be prepared. This is the Boy Scout saying, right? Is be prepared. And one of the ways you can do that is with an emergency food supply kit from 4patriots.com. That's the number 4patriots.com. And you can stock up on their emergency food supply kits. They have them like for 3 days or 72-hour kits. They've got them for much longer periods of time. You can start small and build your way up, however you want to do it. The most important thing is, though, that you stay prepared. And you can get 10% off of your first order at 4patriots.com when you use code CHICKS at checkout. So check them out for the number 4patriots.com and get yourself stocked up on all of your emergency food and emergency gear. I don't know why my picture got so bright.
I was going to say your lighting just got really weird.
Why did it do that?
I don't know. It's like you have a spotlight on you now. It's like spotlight.
How do is that better?
You got to do. Oh, yes, that's better.
Okay.
Yeah, you look like your normal self again. That was so weird. It was like jazz hands.
That was super
very strange.
I don't know why that happened. All right. Anyway, let's move on to some videos. Shall we? Oh, I have somebody to thank. Jen, thank you. Tomorrow is my 29th year anniversary. I love you, Michael. Here's to 29 more.
Oh my gosh. Happy anniversary. 29 years. That's exciting.
That. I hope you got something big planned for 30.
Yeah.
That's a big old anniversary. And thank you very much to Dragon Stalin 1001, who says, how is Fox doing this? Not running cover for Basement Joe. It's a great question. Like, why are they even bothering? Just don't have the debate if you're going to be this weird about it.
Totally agree. I mean, this is the thing, because that's how a lot of this information gets disseminated, is via people like us.
Yeah.
Because let's face it, not everybody watches the debates that night.
And a lot of people don't want to sit through a whole debate. They just want the highlights. And that's what shows like ours are for.
Exactly.
I don't understand it.
I don't
Never
either.
going to understand it.
Mhm.
Okay, we got lots of news to get to, and it's kind of a mishmash of all kinds of sorts of things. But you'll see that I put in the title of today's show that we are being gaslit on like every level. There's so many videos today that just relate to the false narratives that we're being fed about so many different topics that I was just like, damn, we are really being gaslit all over the place. I mean, it's just kind of incredible.
Quit
And
gaslighting me. Quit poking me. Stop it. Stop.
one of the ways, obviously, is with everybody on the left, everybody in the mainstream media pretending as though this Hunter Biden, Joe Biden connection story has no evidence, that there's no
Right.
evidence of anything untoward whatsoever. And so there was new information released yesterday, and here to break it down is this panel.
First, let's talk about these new findings from the House Oversight Committee. How do you see all of this?
Well, it's pretty ugly. It's pretty clear that Joe Biden lied. And why did he lie? Because he knew the business that was taking place. He knew a lot about the business. I mean, he informed his son that he was in the clear. In the clear for what, Joe? And why were you lying? Because you knew, without pronouncing it. I mean, you must have known that there was some shady dealings taking place. And with countries like Romania and Kazakhstan and the Moscow mayor paying him $3.5 million. And then to celebrate, going to Cafe Milano, from the laptops to the White House records to the bank records. And how about just the whole, I get pushback sometimes when we refer to the Biden crime family. I mean, let's face it. I mean, he's got his grandkids. He's got his grown children. He's got grown relatives receiving hundreds of thousands of dollars into their bank accounts.
Yeah.
I know if anybody in my family got that amount of money into their bank account, they'd be asking a few questions.
Yeah, and none of them actually work.
Right.
Like, none of them have actual jobs. And so it makes you wonder, like, how are they getting all this money? Plus, for like 3 years, all we heard from like the Rachel Maddows of the world was Russia, 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 Russia. And then you see a connection here, a Russia connection. Like, you just see the little arrow with the Russia connection. And then Democrats are like, oh, no, that's fine. That's totally fine. That's okay, because it's Biden. What the hell? What is that?
See, don't you just feel like you're being made to feel crazy?
Yeah, we're being completely gaslit. It's like, it's just astounding. They're like, oh no, you're the crazy one. Y'all are just nuts. You're crazy. Oh, and by the way, you're also racist.
Right.
Okay. All right.
Oh my gosh. Well, and Joe Concha, God bless him, would like to know, he's got a very, very valid question, would like to know why it's always left to just a couple reporters to actually try to get to the bottom of some of these issues. Here he is complaining, rightly so.
Well, Carly, can I answer your question with a question? I mean, why does it always have to fall to Peter Doocy or Jackie Heinrich to ask these kinds of completely relevant, completely fair, completely not lousy questions? And here you have the sitting president of the United States answering like a jilted teenager who just got caught cheating on a test. I mean, every reporter that covers Joe Biden should be following up on questions like these every time he provides the opportunity to do so, which is rare. I mean, this is the president who has not held a solo press conference on U.S. soil since November. He simply cannot answer anything outside of a teleprompter, and especially as it pertains to the Biden bribery scandal, which are not going away as long as the GOP controls the House, Ashley.
Yeah, because that's what the press used to do. Remember because it's like we played that clip a couple weeks ago on how the press used to be blue collar. That's what they used to do. The press was in it. They were like anti-establishment. Now the press is so deeply in the pocket of the Democrat Party, and they're a bunch of elitist scumbags. They're from these families that are from money. And they love it. They love hobnobbing with these people. They basically hang out with these people. They're BFFs with them. So why would they ask them the terrible, awful, uncomfortable questions? They're just not going to do it. They love them. They're
and
groupies.
now they sit and take the fact that the White House sets all these huge restrictions about any press conferences. The questions have to be totally vetted. There's never an opportunity for the press to actually get the transparency that they deserve on our behalf. And they just take it. And I'm just like, yeah, that's why it's left to only Peter Doocy and Jackie Heinrich, because they're the only reporters apparently left with any integrity.
And God bless them. God bless them for that.
It's just so frustrating. And then further, just because everybody in DC right now is so freaking corrupt, Rand Paul tried to criminally refer Dr. Fauci to the DOJ for prosecution for lying under oath, which now there is piles of evidence that he did. And so it should be a pretty cut and dry case.
Yeah.
Dude committed perjury. There's no question about that. And, of course, Merrick Garland is like, what? I don't see anything. Nothing to see here.
I can't have toilet. Fine. I'm just going to go ahead and lick his butt some more. Going to do that.
So Rand Paul has tried a different avenue. Here he is to explain.
Incredibly partisan Attorney General Garland, who's refusing to act. So I've taken the extraordinary step of actually going to the local U.S. attorney in D.C. to see if he will act. Now, the problem is there are partisans littered throughout the legal system, and people are seeing this. You don't get prosecuted if you're a Democrat under this administration, no matter what you do.
All right, earlier this year, we learned that
so frustrating.
It is incredibly frustrating. This is the thing. When we talked about this a week ago, it was like, probably nothing's going to happen with this. And here we are. Nothing's going to happen. So you say there's piles and piles of evidence, and this guy should totally go away. And he's just mocking all of us. He's just laughing all the way to the bank, all the way to his pension, all the way to his giant ass home that we've paid for, and I'm sorry. Oh, Big Pharma's paid for too, but I mean, he's just laughing all the way to the bank. He thinks it's like, he's never going to get caught. Catch me if you can, suckers. Yeah. That's him. That's Fauci.
And he's got a cush job now at Georgetown.
Right.
And so this is again, me feeling like this current White House is trying to make us all feel crazy because we can see what's happening with our eyes, right? Mm-hmm. Eyes and ears. We're seeing it all happen. And then they just keep saying, you're not seeing anything. This is not happening.
Right.
We're not going to prosecute anything. No crime has been committed. Everything is fine.
Merrick Garland, the worst. The absolute worst. What God, that guy. If karma is real, some of these people just they have that coming because this is all of this is so unacceptable. It really is. I mean, what's been happening and what Fauci did. Wow, you guys.
Yeah. And so now I'm seeing headlines that say, the COVID is getting out of control again this summer. Should we reinstate masks? And it's like, we've learned nothing. You know what I mean? Like nobody has learned anything from all of the negative, terrible stuff that came out of their behavior and their reaction to COVID. They're talking about doing it all again.
And that new chick will do it. That new chick will implement all the rules, all the tyranny all over again. The difference is that I think the reaction to people will be night and day of what it was the first time. You're going to have your sheep. There are going to be sheep out there who have never taken their masks off. Be those people, or are going to be so happy to put them back on. But then there's going to be us who are going to be like, here's my middle finger and hell to the nah.
Mm-hmm. Also, the corruption and the gaslighting doesn't stop with Fauci, doesn't stop with the White House. Of course, it extends to all of these government agencies too. As Laura Ingraham reported about Christopher Wray and the FBI, turns out he wasn't altogether honest when he was testifying in front of the committee either. Check this out.
What you did.
All right. Earlier this year, we learned that the FBI was targeting radical traditionalist Catholics as potential racially or ethnically motivated violent extremists. What? Well, just 1 month ago, FBI Director Chris Wray tried to play it off as one big misunderstanding.
Well, what I can tell you is you're referring to the Richmond product, which was a single product by a single field office, which as soon as I found out about it, I was aghast and ordered it withdrawn and removed from FBI systems.
Well, it turns out it was more than just Richmond. House Judiciary Republicans have FBI documents proving Portland and Los Angeles field offices were also involved in labeling traditional Catholics as potential domestic terrorists.
Oh my God.
Joining me now is Mark Houck, who is a pro-life activist whose home was raided by the FBI last September. He's also running for Congress in Pennsylvania. Mark, good for you. Does this surprise you, given your own experience? And what do you think should happen at this point to Chris Wray? First of all, I'm a Roman Catholic. I don't know who they're talking about, these traditional radical Catholics. I guess they're just people who believe in Roman Catholicism at this point.
Yeah. Well, it's obvious to me two things are happening here, Laura. The first thing is Director Wray is not doing his own personal investigation as it pertains to my situation, because I was raided by the FBI. Surprised I wasn't shot like Mr. Robinson. And he did not do a personal investigation as it pertains to the Richmond memo. Or the second thing, he flat out perjured himself before the Oversight Committee. Either way, it's clear that DOJ is targeting people of faith and declaring them enemies of the state.
It's completely outrageous. Yeah.
My God.
And everybody knows that the Mr. Robinson he's referring to is that dude in, is it Utah?
Yes.
That was shot. Yeah. And there's been, we haven't talked about that, but there's been a lot of chatter about that too.
There's just too much chatter.
I know,
about
right?
Too many
about
things.
about too many things. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I know. Now, I will say that I have friends who are Catholic and Democrat, and I don't understand how you can be that. I don't understand how at this point you can be a Catholic and a Democrat. I just don't. I don't
or
understand.
a Jew and a Democrat for that
Right.
matter.
I totally agree. Yes, exactly. Same thing. I don't understand how you can be a Jew and a Democrat. I just don't. It's like an oxymoron.
Yeah.
to be that, because it's like, can you be pro-choice and a Catholic? I don't, because you can't. At least it's from what I know, because I converted to Catholicism when I was in my 30s. I'm not a Catholic anymore, but when I was a Catholic, I mean, clearly that's not part of the doctrine. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like, I feel like that's not part of it. And then, and the stuff that they do and who they are as people. And now they're targeting Catholics. I mean, that side of the aisle
just
is
the traditional radical ones.
Oh, okay. What is that?
I don't know.
What does that even mean? I don't
have no
understand.
idea.
Are those the people that wear the rosaries? I don't like, who is a traditional radical Catholic? I don't even know what that means. So if you're a Catholic and you're Democrat, like, you may want to reassess what you're doing with your life. Reassess.
Before we move on to more gaslighting, because there's just so much to go around today, our friends at Genucell sent us a little clip of what their magic 3-step program does for dark spots, age spots, liver spots, and sunspots. So, and just to remind you before I show this clip, this is the 3-step dark spot luxury system right now. It's included in the most popular package at Genucell, 70% off right now while supplies last. So the 3 steps are the microdermabrasion, Cristal's microdermabrasion, and then the actual magic, the dark spot corrector. And then you follow it up with the XV, like super luxurious buttery cream. And I didn't realize this, but you can actually see results super, super quickly. Check out this little video demonstration of some befores and afters. So this is before, and then they're faded. That's like a couple minutes later.
I know.
Before and after. I mean, look at that.
I love before and afters.
That's pretty amazing.
And I just like, I saw results like in a couple weeks, but I don't look that closely. But yeah. It's like, it's amazing stuff.
Because you're not expecting to have like a change instantaneously, but you definitely see it over time.
And I would put it on and then put my makeup on. And then I would notice like in a couple weeks, I'm like, dang, that's gone. Look at that. It's crazy.
I mean, that's pretty cool stuff. So if you want to get in on the action of this 3-step dark spot luxury system that is included in the most popular package, just go to genucell.com/chicks, use code chicks, and you can try this out for yourself. It's pretty amazing stuff. And so I'm glad that they included a little visual on how that works. genucell.com/chicks. Yesterday, we talked about DeSantis suspending that state attorney who has just let criminals run around and recommit crimes. And just to show you again how completely crazy the mainstream media is, look at the fawning that takes place about her and towards her from Morning Joe and Mika.
I get a feeling Governor Ron DeSantis picked on the wrong democratically elected Florida state attorney. That's just my gut. Monique Worrell, thank you very much for coming on the show, and thank you for knowing your value. I have a feeling we will see you once again.
Madam State Attorney, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. Monique for State Attorney.
Okay, here we go. So, Matt Lewis, this wheel.
You got to know your value. Know it,
ridiculous.
ladies. It's like, what is that? It's like she's not doing her job. It doesn't matter if she's a woman. Doesn't matter if she's like what color she is. It doesn't matter. She's not doing her job.
Right. And she's sworn an oath to do a job.
Why is this so hard? And you know they're going to do that. They're bringing sexism and racism into this.
Well, that's all they've got.
Yeah, this is what they're going to do. But maybe she should have thought about possibly doing her job.
Yesterday, too, we talked a lot about the border and how lots and lots of migrants are being shipped up from border states to sanctuary cities all over the country. That includes in Massachusetts, where the governor, I think we mentioned yesterday, has declared a state of emergency and everything is out of control. And so now we joke all the time about Democrats and all these bleeding heart liberals who are welcome all refugees, come on in, how they should be giving up space in their homes, right? Well, now it's actually an ask from the Massachusetts governor. This is pretty extraordinary. Check this out.
Most importantly, if you have an extra room or suite in your home, please consider hosting a family. Safe housing and shelter is our most pressing need. Become a sponsor family. You can contact the Brazilian Worker Center for more information on how you can step up if you're willing to have an additional family be part of your family. If you're a local official, a college president, a business owner, or a faith leader with an available building or space in your community, please work with us to offer it as a shelter site. If you're a social service provider, please consider becoming an emergency assistance homeless shelter provider. Our resources are stretched thin there as well. And if you're a hotel or a motel owner, consider opening it up for emergency assistance. If you're a landlord or a property owner, we can use you too and connect you with service providers to help transition families into permanent housing. Everyone has something they can offer.
Yes, it's true. All the Democrats are like doing the Homer Simpson, going off to the bushes, going, oh shit, I have an extra bedroom, oh shit.
Obama needs to pony up his mansion.
Yeah, he does.
Immediately.
Martha's Vineyard mansion. You know that thing is humongous.
Oh, it's got plenty of bedrooms.
And you listen, I'm pretty sure that his chef, I would imagine his chef had quarters there. Quarters that were probably bigger than my entire house.
Yeah.
Let's just get real. Okay. So he's got some room.
Frankly, everyone on Martha's Vineyard and in Cape Cod needs to be opening up their homes. They've gotten a direct request from their Democrat governor. So listen up and do what you say that you think needs to be done.
And listen, it's not like Buffy and Stewart or whoever it is that's hosting these people. Because, you know, it's like they have to be like, oh, my God, we have to live with the brown people. Not really. Because, I mean, they can live in your guest home. Because, you know, all these people have guest homes. Oh, yeah. You know? So open them up, you hypocrites.
Well, and I'd love to know if the governor's mansion has taken on some, or if they're sponsoring families.
Tons of room. Those governor's mansions, we've been in them. They're massive, you guys. They're so big. Open it up.
It's just so not in my backyard kind of.
Yeah, exactly. This is the thing. It's exactly what happened when DeSantis shipped them to Martha's Vineyard the first time. They were like, oh my God. And they're all crying for him. They're like, but get them the hell out of here.
Right.
Because we really don't
let me
want
have
them
the
here.
Photo op, but then please remove them from my site.
Let me look like I'm all sweet and benevolent, but I want them the hell out. Thanks.
God. Moving on, we have to show this old flashback clip of Kamala from 2018. And I know people are like, no, please don't show Kamala. Oh my God, I can't take it. Listen, I think you're going to actually agree with almost everything she says here. It's quite a turnaround from the Kamala of today. But back in 2018, she was very, very nervous about the 2020 election and how on the up and up it was going to be. So she had suggestions.
Systems to audit, but also what they can do around best practices and best machinery. We are talking with them about the fact that it is probably best that you do not have your election system connected to the internet, because that will create greater vulnerabilities. And then look at where we are now in this year of our Lord 2018. We're talking about paper ballots, but that actually might be one of the smartest systems. going back to, a day when we could have something tangible that we can hold on to, because Russia cannot hack a piece of paper like they can a computer system connected to the internet.
Yeah, neither can Democrats. They also can't hack it.
Interesting.
It's really weird. It's so weird. The paper ballot thing, huh? It's so strange how they've changed their tune.
Right? Very, very odd.
So strange.
We're going to take a quick break from gaslighting for a moment and share with you the amazing wife of Vivek Ramaswamy. Harris Faulkner did a long sort of profile piece on Apurva is her name. You guys,
just get ready to feel inferior. Like, I mean, it's like you watch this and you're like, yeah, I suck. My life sucks. I suck. I'm a loser. When I see women like this, I'm just like, you think that you have like accomplished some stuff in life, and you're like, I'm pretty okay. I'm okay with my life. I'm fine. And then you're like, wah, 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 wah.
Because you guys, she is drop dead gorgeous.
Oh my gosh.
And she's an accomplished surgeon.
Right. And she's got like, how many kids? They've got 2 beautiful kids. So she manages to juggle it all. And I'm like, I'm just going to go over and eat some ice cream. I can't. I just can't.
So we'll give you a little peek. Obviously, we're not going to play the entire profile piece, but we've got a couple excerpts that are just all together. She's phenomenal. Check this out.
Help them. I'm a surgeon. I treat swallowing disorders. And, yesterday I just did 11 surgeries.
Oh. Dr. Apurva Ramaswamy is an otolaryngologist at Ohio State University. But today, she's with voters at this Hillsborough Republican Party event in New Hampshire.
Can you tell us why your husband would make a great president of the United States?
Well, thank you. What's your name?
Terry.
Terry, thank you so much for that question, Terry. Well, Vic and I recently had our 8-year anniversary. And, he has been saying some pretty ambitious things to me since we met. So right before we got married, he told me, Apurva, I think I want to start a company because pharmaceutical companies don't have our interests at heart. They make things too expensive, they take too long, and they don't make the drugs that we need. And he said, I'm going to start this company. And I said, wow, Vivek, that's a pretty big thing. Why, are you sure that's what you want to do right now? And he said, yes. And you know what? That company has now gotten 5 drugs approved. Then, while he was CEO of that company, he told me, right, like a month after we had our first baby, he said, Apurva, I don't like the role that politics is playing in how I do my job. It should get out of business. He said, I'm going to write a book about it. And you know what? I think it's going to be a New York Times bestseller. And I said, this was back in 2020. No one knows what ESG is. No one knows what stakeholder capitalism. You should totally write that book, but I don't see it being a bestseller. And you know what? It was a bestseller within a week. And now he told me a few months ago that, Apurva, we are facing a crisis for our country, for the country our 2 little sons are going to inherit.
Oh my gosh.
And I think we have to be the ones to step up and lead our country, because no one's going to unify us. No one's going to remind us of why this country is the best nation in the world. And this time I learned my lesson. I said, hey, tell me how I can help.
Somebody said she's lovely. She is lovely, Sherry.
Just gorgeous.
That's a great word to describe her. She's absolutely lovely. And you know what? She would be, I think, the first actual Dr. Apurva as opposed to Dr. Jill, right?
And she probably doesn't even demand the title.
Yeah. And Whoopi could actually say that she could be the Surgeon General.
Yeah.
Because she could be
legitimately. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
I have Mark Wallace to thank. Mark says, hey, Daisy, how many homes does Bernie have for illegals to live in?
I have 3 homes. I have 3. They could not stay at my homes.
Why not?
There's no room in my homes. Just room for me and my hag wife. No more room.
Oh my gosh. And Lori McCoy, thank you so much. Thank you very, very, very much for
Thank you guys.
support. Appreciate it. All right, back to gaslighting. Sorry.
Oh, great. Yay.
But you
Good
guys may
gaslighting.
remember that when Tucker still worked at Fox, he interviewed for Fox Nation. So it wasn't widely seen unless you had a subscription to Fox Nation. He interviewed the former chief of the Capitol Police. And that chief of the Capitol Police was he was no longer the chief of Capitol Police shortly after January 6th. So that interview never aired. It, of course, belongs to Fox. I believe some clips of it have been leaked. I've been seeing them float around. And so Tucker decided, I'm just going to interview him again on my Tucker on Twitter show. And so have a couple of clips from that to share with you. I really recommend that you watch that entire episode. I think it's episode 15, if I'm not mistaken. And so one of the things that is revealed in this first clip is about why the order to engage the National Guard was never taken up on. So they were there and ready to go. And then there was like some dude who was supposed to say, okay, go. Like,
Yeah.
and then that dude never did that. And there's a lot of questions about why. And what I didn't realize is that apparently all the records for the January 6th committee that they were investigating or whatever, nothing from Nancy Pelosi's phone or nothing about any of her belongings were allowed to be included as part of the
Unbelievable.
investigation. It's incredible. Like how
That is-
completely shady this
That
whole
is
thing
absolute. It's absolute bullshit, is what it is.
Right? It
That's crazy.
so is.
Which makes you realize that there was some shady stuff on her part. I mean, the
Shady,
fact that she is
shady.
not a willing participant and saying, "Look at all my stuff," that just says it all right there. You're guilty of something, lady. Oh my gosh.
I know. So that's so here's the first clip and then we'll kind of set up the second one.
That failed miserably because of the law Congress passed and the denial I was receiving.
Well, it sounds like it was prevented. So Paul Irving, the guy who had, you're saying, the statutory authority to give that okay, has he ever explained why he didn't?
Oh, they had him and he testified at the Senate hearing in 2001.
2021?
I'm sorry, 2021. My apologies. Thank you for
problem.
catching. And a couple of times he disagreed with my recollection. I can tell you my phone records, I turned them over immediately. I fought to testify. They didn't want me to testify in the Senate hearing. I fought to testify.
Why wouldn't they? Oh, there's so much here. Why? Who didn't want you to testify?
So when
You're the chief of Capitol Police on January 6th. I mean,
you and me are on lockstep with this, and my story hasn't changed in 2.5 years. So when they first put out the notice, and they were talking about having the hearing, it was only for current employees that were still in place. No one that was no longer in place in their position in security.
My God.
So think about that. Initially, when they put out the request to have, they were talking about having the hearing, it would have excluded Paul Irving, would have excluded Mike Stinger, and it would have excluded me. Only 3 people. The 3 people at the top of the security apparatus.
Wow.
So the Democrats, I think.
Well, it was joint. It was a combined joint. I hear you.
I'm sorry. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Of course. The Uniparty.
The Uniparty.
Intentionally excluded the 3 people who would know the answers to the key questions.
Yeah, the original plan was to exclude them.
It's unreal, right?
It's world. I mean,
how can seriously? You just want to. You want to say out loud, there's a total cover up here, right? I mean, it's so obvious to anybody that can think critically that so much shady stuff went down that day.
And that the January 6th committee was a complete
sham
joke.
It was
that
a
only
sham.
had one side of a story that they wanted to present, period.
Yeah. Which is why they got ABC News to produce it.
God.
I mean.
And so here's the next part is about, Pelosi being sort of untouchable.
It just seems like the denial of your request to have National Guardsmen who are within eyesight, you saw them, to have them help, that's a pivotal moment on that day. Mm-hmm. And we know the name of the man who made that decision, and we still don't know why he made that decision. And that's just shocking to me. Has he ever answered that question?
No, he's never answered that question specifically that I'm aware of. And I do know when they were talking about the J6 committee coming out, I think it was Representative Benny Thompson that had said Speaker Pelosi is off limits. So they wouldn't get any of her records, her phone records.
What do you mean she's off limits?
I believe that was one of the things he said, that her coming into this was she was off limits to the inquiries of the January 6th.
Well, she was running the House that day.
I hear you. I mean, if we're truly trying to get to the bottom of this, trying to find out what happened.
Other than that, Mrs. Lincoln, I mean, that's insane.
You know, you would be getting everyone's records. I've been forthright. All my phone records have been turned over. And like I said, there's a description of all the numerous calls I made requesting approval. Think about it. In that 71 minutes, I called in 17 police agencies, 1,700 officers to help us get the Capitol back. And I also made those 11 calls trying to find out where.
You are as precise as an airline pilot in your recollection of things. So yes, I think everything you have said is provable. I mean, these are not.
The book's all based on fact. You can go through it. I reference all the facts I have, footnote. You get access to a lot of the intelligence. I mean, you know, it's fact. And my story hasn't changed in 2.5 years.
So I'm just to circle back to this Paul Irving, who played a pivotal role, I think whose name is unknown to most people, even people who follow what happened on January 6th. What happened to him?
No idea. He disappeared shortly thereafter. Haven't heard much from him. Had a couple of conversations with Mike Stinger before he passed away, but nothing from Mr. Irving.
What? Oh my God!
And fine, though. I'm sure this is all fine.
I'm sure. There's nothing to see here, you guys. Nothing to see here. Oh my God! And as for Nancy Pelosi, the audacity of that lady to get on a podium and say, "No one is above the law. No one is above it except you."
Yeah,
you old hag. I mean, apparently she's above it because she's off limits.
Isn't it just amazing? I mean,
she's untouchable, but no one's above the law, you guys. Nothing to see here. Move along. Move along, peasants.
And we are going to indict Trump for something.
Something.
So,
it's going to be something. I bet he tore one of those things off of his mattress once. Let's get him. Let's get him, you guys. We're going to get him this time. No one's above the law.
We talked about the Gold Star parents who Daryl Issa held a special hearing for so that they could share their stories and their frustrations with this administration for the just colossally disastrous exit from Afghanistan that resulted in the deaths of their family members. And amazingly, no one covered, except for Fox, no one covered those hearings in real time, and very little mention was given to them after the fact on any other network. Jake Tapper, to his credit, did invite at least one of the moms on to his show, and she kind of let him have it a little bit. And I thought this was great.
Joins us now. And Ms. Barnett, I know you've been hesitant to speak out about what happened to your son, and I totally respect that. Why have you decided to talk publicly now about it?
Thank you, Jake. If you give me a little leeway here, when I first saw, the text saying CNN wanted to talk to me, I was so happy. Where have y'all been? We need you, Jake. We need you. We need CNN. We need all the other networks to voice our opinions, our truths, and get it out there. We need the country to come together. I want justice for my son.
Yeah.
Yeah,
President,
but where have you been?
Biden and other opinion leaders, other leaders of government watch the show. If President Biden were watching right now, what would you want to say to him?
I would want to say to him that he needs to be a grown man. He needs to come out and say, yeah, I made a mistake. I chose wrong. I was looking for a photo op and I messed up. That's what he needs to do.
Kelly Barnett, we thank you.
Wow. I mean, the fact that he had her on the show.
Yeah.
And he just was kind of like, okay, thanks for coming by. I don't know why I did this.
I got to give him some props. He at least did it,
I guess the fact that he did it. I'm sure there are people in the audience that were like, oh, God, she's such a whiner.
God.
That lady's a whiner.
And Biden did everything right. I mean, what hasn't Kirby even said like that was executed perfectly and it couldn't have gone better and all that stuff?
He absolutely did say that with a straight face.
Oh my God. All right. So I've got some massive gaslighting to continue on today's theme.
It's a theme. It's a Friday theme. Yay, you guys.
And this time it's about gaslighting us all into believing, and particularly this is aimed at you, straight men. If you are a straight man, it is perfectly okay for you to be attracted to trans women who have not yet had bottom surgery. That does not make you gay. This is the new gaslighting.
Trans women who have not yet had bottom surgery, that means a biological man.
Correct.
Okay.
With all the
when you say it
dangles.
like that, it's just, I get so confused. I need somebody I need like a chart. I need some sort of a Gantt chart to get me through all this. Okay.
Perhaps a Venn diagram. I understand
Please,
Kamala's a fan.
No Venn diagrams. None. It's not my thing. Nope.
So this is prepare yourselves, straight dudes, because you're going to be told over and over, this is going to be the new message, that you're not gay if you engage sexually with another man's junk. That doesn't make you gay.
The dudes already are like, nope, no, nah.
So
yeah.
I actually have two clips that are related to this. First is the guy that's like very seriously explaining why this is okay. The second clip is of a dude with a trans woman who, to that trans woman's credit, passes very, very well for a woman.
All right.
But
except for the large
the
penis in her pants. Is that what it is?
When you hear the guy justify why it's not gay to be sexual with her, it's just on a whole new level of crazy. Here's the first dude.
And are attracted to trans women who haven't had bottom surgery. This is very disconcerting and confusing to women when they find this out, because they think, well, if she hasn't had bottom surgery, then, and you want to play with that part of her, then you can't be 100% straight. But that doesn't make sense, because you have to remember that these are still women. Trans women are women. They are female. The attraction to her is from the waist up, but it can also be from the waist down. And they can experience pleasure playing with that person from the waist down. But that act, again, doesn't indicate a sexual orientation. It indicates an attraction to the person, to the woman, the trans woman. Actually, some of these men are attracted to gender fluidity, in that the person exhibits both male and female body parts.
That guy, I feel like that guy is related to Whitmer, to Gretchen Whitmer, and he needs to make a casserole. Like, he's going to go make a casserole at any point while he talks about playing with stuff on the bottom. What is that?
I don't know.
No, none of this is no. You're gay.
Right.
You're gay.
And if you're not gay, then what makes a gay person gay?
Right. It's a great question, Mark.
I mean, I don't understand anymore what words mean. Or just, do they not mean things anymore? Is that where we are?
Words don't mean anything anymore. To Democrats, they mean nothing until they do mean something. And then they're like, oh my gosh, it means something to me. So you need to respect that, because here are my pronouns. You know, it's
that
like,
guy even said that trans woman is female. That's just a complete
mind
lie.
screw. It's like, and it's all mind screwy. Like, it's just, they go in circles with everything. It's crazy. Yeah.
Well,
listen, if you are a dude and you like playing with a ding dong on another person, you're gay.
You're gay. That's basically the long-standing definition of gaydom.
There we go.
You know?
Yeah.
Oh my God. So it gets worse, because this super douchey dude is going to try to explain to you further why it's completely fine for a totally straight dude to be into danglies.
5 things I wish I would have known before dating a trans woman.
Take the hat off.
Number 1, this girl is every bit of a woman, and then some. Think of her as that Happy Meal with the extra special toy that you haven't played with yet. Number 2, you say, hey Adam, I've already got that toy to play with myself. Why would we need a second toy to play with at the same time? Did we need a second Ace Ventura Pet Detective movie? Did the Chappelle Show need a second season? Did we really need to clone Kanye West to make a second? Wait, that's a bad example. But moral of the story is, good things come in twos. Number 3, you ever have one of those nights where you want to have a little bit of fun, but your schlonga chimichanga doesn't want to show up to the big game? Well, who better to understand than a woman who has dealt with those same complications? So now when she says, oh, it's okay, babe, it looks cute, you know she's coming from a place of empathy and not pity. Number 4, No, this does not make you gay. Listen, this is a little bit different than those sleepovers you and your bros used to have when you were younger. That was a little gay. Being with a woman of any kind means every part of her is feminine. And while I can't fully explain it, that feminine energy is the hottest thing in the world. You'll figure everything else out later. Number 5, this is a woman, and a very powerful woman, that's been through a lot to work towards a body and image that she identifies as. So if you want a conversation with sustenance, and not just a conversation about the avocado toast she had earlier, spend some time with a trans woman and you'll meet one of the most beautiful women you've ever met. So follow me for more dating advice with some of the most beautiful women in the world.
Don't follow that guy. Don't ever follow that guy anywhere. Don't. Just I implore you. Don't do it. Because he will lead you to places you don't want to go.
What is even happening? Oh my God. Oh, and then that reminds me, there's a trans woman who for like a day was
again, that's a
conservative.
dude, right? That's a dude.
Yes.
Okay.
So this person,
I just don't do
his
that.
name is Kelly.
I don't call them trans women, you guys. I call them biological dudes. That's what I do. So we're just going to keep it real here.
But
we're
I'm trying to not make it
translate.
super confusing.
Well, so what you saw, that chick in that chick looking chick in the dress, that was a biological dude.
Right.
And he was trying to say that he's not gay. That guy is gay. You could tell that guy was gay just by looking at his outfit, right? I mean,
right.
He was like part of the village people. We're all real here. Yeah.
Okay. So trans woman Kelly, okay, used to be conservative for like 45 seconds back when that person on TikTok, and I know we shared one of their videos because they were actually using some reason when it comes to the whole trans issue, saying, you know, she's got the boob job and the bottom surgery, like she's had it all. She lives as much as a woman as she can for the fact that she's a biological male.
Right.
So, but she was saying things on TikTok like, I'm a trans woman and I know that I am not a biological woman. And I disagree with the trans community when they try to insist that they're actual women. I know the difference. So there was a lot of conservatives, myself included, who appreciated that because that was at least real. You know what I mean? They were living in reality.
Right.
Since then, that person has gone completely off the rails. And I had a fight with them on Twitter yesterday because she has gotten so insane that on Twitter, she is now trying to say that real women, and she's not using that word, she's calling us TERFs, trans exclusionary radical feminists.
That's us.
So
that's who we are.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's anybody who disagrees with that whole ideology.
Okay.
So the point that Kelly made is that women like us are you sitting down? I can tell you're sitting down.
Oh, I'm down. Mm-hmm.
Women like us are actually jealous of their precise surgically created vaginas because they're perfect and ours are not because they have not been surgically created. So
is that why they have to do all sorts of stuff to theirs to make them actually work or do something?
Yeah.
Like some of them are all sorts of, they're disgusting. Yeah, they're mangled. It's disgusting. It's like they were grown in a lab.
So I responded to Kelly and I was like, this so proves that you don't understand being a woman, because literally not a single naturally born female woman on earth is jealous of a surgically created vag.
Right. Nobody.
I can assure you.
No woman is that. And I really wish that we would bring back mental institutions.
Oh my God. And so,
like
and she
them,
argued with me. Like she completely argued and she was like, I have to post the whole thing on the wall of shame because it's that crazy.
Yeah, you really should.
Insane.
This is the thing. They're so crazy. These people are crazy. And I miss mental institutions.
Oh man, do we ever need them back? Holy crap.
So
check the website in like an hour or so.
Okay.
And I'll post that because wow, that was
not
insane.
Jealous. I'm not jealous of that. I'm not jealous of your bolt-ons. I'm not jealous of any of it. Because yes, exactly. Mine is all real and it's spectacular. All of it.
Oh my God. I mean, these people are absolutely insane. And I think that's a good segue into your whack.
Yeah. Okay. So my whack again. What was my whack again? Oh yeah. The donuts. This whack job who also is a whack job, is explaining transgenderism through the lens of donuts.
Is like
to
the
children.
inside filling of a donut. You can't tell what's on the inside just by looking at the outside. Let's take this jelly-filled donut, for example. Usually donuts that look like this are filled with raspberry jam, but it could be strawberry or rhubarb. We just don't know. The same logic applies to babies. You can't know a baby's gender until they're old enough to tell you themselves. Sure, you can make an educated guess, but why risk being wrong? This is exactly why gender reveal parties are so silly. It's like celebrating this chocolate donut for having vanilla cream filling when it could have banana pudding inside. In a perfect world, we just celebrate the donut, not the filling inside. Maybe we even give babies gender-neutral names to start so that there's no expectation of a gender they're supposed to live up to. Maybe we give them choices along the way so that they can figure it out for themselves. Like, what kind of clothes do you want to wear, or what kind of toys do you want to play with? Maybe kids get to have their own gender reveal party so that they can tell the world themselves.
Oh my God, no.
That's a dude.
Okay.
So
yeah, that's, I think everybody can tell that's a dude. It's pretty obvious. That's a biological dude. Everybody knows that. Yeah. But listen, gender reveal parties, I will agree, are kind of dumb, but not for the reason that that dude says that they are. I just think they're dumb in general. Just have a shower, ladies. Okay. Just have a shower and be done with it. Don't have like 14 different showers and then call one a gender. I think that's all dumb. That's a millennial thing. Just stop it. Okay. Everybody wants attention now. And then the second thing is don't donut shops tell you what the filling is? Is that when you go in and you buy a donut, you're like, it says on the thing, like, cause we have a lot of Texas is full of donut shops. That's one of the reasons. God bless Texas. It's one of the reasons I love the state so much. Lots of donuts, lots of coffee. And in the donut shops, you go in, it'll say, this is raspberry filled.
There's a label.
It tells you. So I feel like the hypothesis here is just blown out of the water because it tells you what it is. And you know whether a child is a boy or a girl because science. I'm so sick of this discussion. This is so dumb. A child is not going to tell you, oh, I'm a boy, I'm a girl. No, because there's stuff. It's biology. It's science. Stop it.
Well, and if you take strawberry jelly filling, and you have strawberry jelly filling, it doesn't matter what you put as the outside. The strawberry filling is still strawberry filling. It doesn't matter how you dress up the outside. You can't change the fact that it's strawberry filling.
One of the funniest comments I saw to that on Twitter was, if you put icing all over me, it doesn't make me a donut.
That's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that is perfect. Somebody said, I'm no longer in the mood for donuts. That is fake news for me.
I will always be in the mood for a donut. That guy cannot ruin donuts for me. And Round Rock donuts are the best. Yes, they're gigantic. They're like this big, you guys. So good.
Shelly, thank you. Shelly says, womanhood is a birthright. Damn straight. And Chasing Grace, thank you. She says, yes, Daisy, they are dudes. DNA says male. Yeah, you can't get around that.
Like, listen, I mean, 1,000 years from now, their bones are in that you dig them up. Archaeologists are going to be like, it's going to be male or it's going to be female. You go back to that. This is not difficult. Why does everybody have to make everything so difficult?
It's
not about your feels. Man. Listen, but if you want to go around and dress like a woman, fine, you do you. And this is how I talk about this to my daughter, my 13-year-old daughter. I'm like, some people want to do that. If they want to do that, fine, they do them. But that's on them. I am not going to live in their mental illness.
Right.
It's just not it's fine. You do you. It's America, man. Do whatever you want. If you want to dress like a bunny, you dress like a bunny. That's America. Like, you do you. That's cool. Whatever. Just leave me out of your thing, because it's your life. It's my life. We'll leave each other alone.
Yep. All right, it's time for some MyPillow talks. MyPillow, of course, still celebrating. They are in party mode right now, which is why they are offering such humongous discounts, particularly on the limited edition original MyPillow, which you can get for less than $20. You can also get other amazing MyPillow products. Highly recommend the towels with huge discounts at mypillow.com/chicks. Here's what we can expect. Probably already in some areas when it comes to getting a 911 call. This is what it's going to be like for 911 operators.
911, what's your emergency? Hi, I'd like to report a robbery, please. Okay, and what's your name? Constantine, pronouns she, he, they, sex doll. Okay, can you please describe the suspect? What do you mean? Can you tell me what they looked like? Well, I can just assume their gender, so no, I can't do that. Are they tall or short? That's heightist, so I can't tell you that. Are they white, black, Asian? Oh my goodness, that's way too racist for me to say. Jesus Christ, ma'am, we need a description in order to track them down. Please don't call me ma'am, that's not my pronoun. Listen, if we don't have a description, we can't track the suspect down. Oh my God, you're gonna track them down? Yes, this is how it works. Well, I can't let you do that because what if that person has PTSD from being followed around as a child and gets triggered? I'm getting PTSD from this call right now. Ow, can you please stop yelling? I'm sensitive to sound. I have an audio sensory disability which dramatically increases my anxiety. I definitely need to go to therapy after this. Well, your feelings are valid and it's okay to take as much time off work as possible. Hey, Constantine? Yes? Shut the fuck up. I'm sorry, what? Oh, sorry, I think you were breaking up. I was just saying that if you help me out with a couple of questions here, we can figure this issue out and you can get your things back. So can you please just work with me here? Okay, fine. I'll try my best. Okay, thank you. Now, what color was the suspect's skin? Oh, I'm not a bigot. I'm not a bigot. I'm not a bigot. I'm not a bigot. It was like a really, really dark shade of white. So black. 911, what's your...
Oh my God. It is true. The thing is there's not going to be any cops to send to that person either because we're losing so many cops.
And I can't blame any of them for getting lost.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
like we had an issue here where a couple doors down from us, there was just long story short, there was just an issue with one of the houses near us. And so we were having to deal with law enforcement. And it's been a nightmare trying to find people to, and we're in a small town, but we still have to deal with like the county police and stuff like that. It's just with like a dumping situation. And so it's just interesting because when they finally call you back and the cops talk to you, they're they're wonderful, right? We love cops, but they're like, we are so shorthanded. I mean, we just don't have enough people working. It just sucks because they don't. Because who wants to be a cop now?
Yeah.
Who wants to work in law enforcement? Who wants to do these jobs? No one does because they've been so demonized. It makes me really sad.
God, that's so infuriating.
Yeah, it is.
Speaking of infuriating, I would absolutely lose my mind if my husband did this to me. I have a feeling that you would get very, very angry if Greg did this to you, but I died laughing at this entire video anyway, because even though I knew how frustrated she was, this is just hysterical.
Look at my lashes. Do you think I should get a refill?
Oh my God.
Why are you doing that?
Oh my God, I would just hit him.
Come on. Why are you doing that? Okay, you're pissing me off. Come on, stop! Come on. Do you think I should get a refill on my lashes? Come on, stop! Why do you keep doing that? Bro, you pissing me off. Come on, stop. Okay, for real, stop. Answer my question. Do you think I should get a refill on my lashes? Stop copying me!
He's so good at it.
Annoying.
He's so good.
I'm gonna get out. Don't worry about it. Come on!
Oh my God.
Oh
God.
Why do you keep doing that?
Dude, oh my God.
I'm done.
You're
pissing me off.
Greg.
Come on, can you stop?
Wait, hold on. No.
Okay, well, everybody needs to see this clearly.
You cannot. You can't do that to Mama. You can't do that to Mama. Stop. The puppy has mauled me. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm so sorry. Coda came in and just mauled me. I'm so sorry. Okay, I'm back.
Is he at least going to flap for everybody?
He may not flap, but he's just so mushy. He just jumps at me. I'm so sorry. He wrecks everything in his path.
What's he doing?
He's staring at me. You see him right there?
I mean, he's so cute.
He's very cute, but he just wrecks everything. Let's see if I can get him up here and show him to you, and then I'll get him out of here. Hold on. Okay, come here. Say hi to everybody. Come here. Oh no, he's down on the ground. Now he's done.
He's like laying down.
Did you hear him?
What's
Did you
he
hear him?
doing?
He's. You guys see him?
He just wiped himself right out.
You see him?
Yes.
No, he's just being a complete weirdo. Okay. Anyways,
my
I'm so sorry I interrupted your talks. Go ahead.
All right. Is he going to do anything else? Like I don't want to start.
No, he'll probably just be he may be loud every once in a while. Just ignore him. Everybody just listen to talks. Let's just do talks. I want to see that baby one. You have a cute I see babies. I see babies over there.
This is so cute. These babies' reaction to seeing Halloween decorations is just so precious. Look at their faces.
Oh my gosh. That's what I do to all the decorations.
They're just so precious.
So precious. Babies in my life.
Let's see. What did I want to? Oh my gosh. So this chick just moved into an apartment and had the most traumatic first day in the apartment ever.
Y'all, I literally just moved into this apartment 25 seconds ago, put those keys in the door and unlocked it. I went and flushed the toilet because I just had the water turned on. Heard a loud thud. I'm literally shaking right now. And this dude came out of the toilet. Came out of the toilet. I'm moving the fuck. I'm out. This is.
Oh
you can't live there. You can't.
No,
you can't.
You immediately go to the landlord. You're like, I'm sorry, but no.
That's a deal breaker. That's a bit of a deal breaker.
Gosh.
Right? I mean, she was not expecting that second one.
That's almost as bad as a snake.
Which, by the way, my sister had a snake on her back porch. She posted a video of it on her Facebook, and it's long. It was so long. Oh my God.
What kind? Was it a rattlesnake? Because she's in Arizona.
People were saying, I don't know, because I don't know snakes, right? Like every snake to me is bad. But people were telling her it was a good snake because it's the kind that keeps rattlers away.
There is no such thing. Don't tell me there's such thing. I don't want to I don't want your emails. There is no such thing as a good snake.
There's just not. Those are nope ropes, and nobody has time for any of that.
Nope ropes.
Nope ropes. Okay, so I wanted to, what is this? I don't remember. Oh, so hide your kids, hide your wives, you guys. There's a lot of profanity in this particular video, but this guy is rightfully terribly, terribly angry because people who dump kittens and puppies need to be incarcerated forever.
I totally 100% agree with you. 100%.
Who are these people? So he's mad, but he's also hilarious. Look at him.
I literally just got up, came out here for the first time today. Behind my shed, I just found a box someone left back here with 4 little fucking angels in it. Those are some nice little fucking kitties. Who the hell would leave them back here? Oh, I'm pissed. You better I'm fucking taking y'all in right now. I'm gonna name all of them. I'm gonna bathe them. I got snacks inside and shit. Who the fuck would do this?
Right. It's true.
I already love these motherfuckers, man. These are gonna be like little children running around, man. But I'm gonna take care of them. Hey, we gotta do better, man. We gotta do better, bro, because I'm about to fuck somebody up.
He's right. He's 100% correct. It drives me crazy. There's a lot of that around here because I live in the country. We see that. You see him just dumped on the side of the road. It's not okay. It's not. We do have to do better.
We do. And I love him. I love that he loves them and that he's so mad at the same time.
I bet one of them will at least be called George. One of them. Mm-hmm.
Question for you and the group.
Yes.
How do you pronounce those islands, off the East Coast, off of the coast of Florida? You know those islands I'm talking about?
What islands? What are you talking about?
The islands that people vacation at all the time. How do you pronounce that word?
I don't know what word you're talking about. Islands off the coast.
The one about all the phenomenally awesome tropical islands.
The islands, I don't know which ones you're
all right, I'm just gonna play the video and this is a phenomenon that
everybody's like the Keys.
No, not the Keys. The islands that don't belong to the United States. Well, except for a couple of them. A couple of them do. Yes. Some people are saying it. So Shannon, do you say Caribbean?
The Caribbean or the Caribbean?
Yeah. So how do you say it?
I say it both ways.
Okay, so why do we do that?
I don't
Why
know.
is that a thing?
I don't know.
This guy made me realize that I do say it 2 ways, and I don't know why. Here he is.
Does anybody else pronounce this word Caribbean unless you're talking about Pirates of the Caribbean?
Yes!
It's Caribbean. It's the Caribbean Sea, right? Oh, where are you going on vacation? Oh, it's in the Caribbean. Wait, how did you say it there? Anyways, but if it's Pirates of the Caribbean, then it's Pirates of the Caribbean. You don't say Pirates of the Caribbean,
That
right?
is true. That is true. Why do we do that? Why do we do that?
I don't know. And I didn't even know that I did that until I watched that video.
Right. It's true. We do that. That's very strange. Yeah. Somebody said that it's the same. Patrice said it's the same with the word caramel.
Oh, I always say
caramels. There's caramels and caramels. What do you say?
I say caramels.
You say caramels? Like I'm going to eat a caramel?
Yeah.
Not a caramel?
Or if it's like a caramel, like if it's a salted caramel cookie, it's always caramel.
You say caramel. You say caramel apple. You never say caramel apple?
I always say caramel.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. But
All right.
I do say that both ways. And
It's
I
weird.
didn't know that.
I think we all do.
Okay, well, I'm glad that it's not just me.
Sorry.
That's odd. Also, can I just show you a really cool table that I was like, oh my God, this is like the best design of a table ever. Look at
Totally.
this, you guys. This is humongous.
Oh, I
by the
love
way.
it when people do these. It's like an engineering feat.
Yeah.
I think I know what you're talking.
Just amazing.
I think I've seen this.
These
and then they do.
leaves?
Yes, I've seen this, and they do all sorts of really cool stuff. And somebody makes this,
right? That's
just some
feat.
genius makes this. It's amazing.
And look at the legs, like it's
gorgeous.
Just a gorgeous table.
It's absolutely gorgeous.
And you
Right.
never have to like store the leaves anywhere.
No,
right? They're
it's
just built
amazing.
right in. I just
look
love
at
this
all
table.
that. God,
just
I
love
wish I
that.
had
Had to
the
do it.
ability to make something like that. That
I'm
is
sure
just-
it's like thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars.
and it should be because
Yeah, I
some
mean, that's
dude
the
made
thing.
that with bare hands, or woman made that with their bare hands. It's just absolutely gorgeous and just genius.
I don't know about you, but like when you go to a movie, I always get worried if you go to a movie that you know is going to be kind of a long movie. Like I always try to pee beforehand, right? Because I
Yeah.
don't want to have to get up during a movie.
You still do though in the middle.
I never do. I can always
Really?
make it through. If it's a
Oh.
3-hour movie, I can do it.
Okay.
I just try not to drink anything because I don't want to miss a single second of a theater movie. Well, for people who do find themselves having to get up, there's great news. Check this out.
If you're going to see Oppenheimer and you need to know when to pee, you're good to go as soon as Oppenheimer's brother arrives.
If I could add just one thing to this beautiful public service, there's an app you can download on your phone called Run Pee. You just press a button when the movie starts, and then it will vibrate 30 seconds before you can make a run to the bathroom.
Oh
and
my
when you come
God.
back, it will tell you what you missed during the boring part. It'll also tell you if there are scenes after the credits and if they're worth staying for.
What?
By the way, it's not a new app. It has been out for literally 13 years.
Oh my gosh.
Can you even believe that that's a thing?
I did not know that was the thing. Run pee, guys. Run pee. I
Run
need
pee.
this because I am the person that gets up in the middle of the movie and goes to the bathroom.
See, now you don't have to worry. You're not going to
Run
miss a
pee.
thing. I just thought that was absolutely
Fantastic.
amazing.
Yeah, that is. It's a pretty cool app.
Okay, so 2 more and then we're done because I like to have a little extra for Fridays.
Okay.
And then, so the first one, if you have ever had a problematic pet and you have had someone come and pet sit that pet, sometimes that can be rough on the pet sitter. But this this takes that to a whole new level.
So the one thing you should know is that Spike has hip dysplasia. So a lot of the time his hip kind of comes out of socket. All you got to do, it's really easy. Just push it back in. You'll hear a pop. It'll be pretty loud. And he'll scream. But that's fine. And so he takes 3 pills of alpha deprelazamolone. And that's a medication that kind of it keeps his heart beating. He's also got a brachycephalic palate too. So a lot of the times he's just not breathing. So if you ever see his diaphragm not moving, just start some chest compressions. Usually after a minute, you should be able to feel his pulse again. Can I take him on walks? No. No, he cannot walk unassisted for more than like a yard. So don't let him walk. So the one thing you should.
I think that one drug name that he just threw out there was fantastic.
I know.
Because, having worked at a pharma company, like they would sit around in marketing meetings and think, what is the greatest drug name that we can come up with? Alpha Lama Dama Ding Dong Pramazam.
Oh my God, I love that.
Will probably cause bloody diarrhea.
It's a slightly problematic dog that he has there.
Sit down, buddy. I cannot have you on my lap right now.
One more, and that is of a cat that you need. Clearly, you need this cat.
Oh my God, play it again one more time.
It's still playing.
Okay.
So precious.
Oh, I need that cat. I need it.
Isn't he?
What a sweetheart.
His name is Kermit.
I would never get a cat like that, though. I'd get the ones that like attack my face in the middle of the night. You know what I mean? This is the thing. You show all these sweet cats, and then I would get the one that's just like hell on wheels.
You never know.
Coda? Right, Coda.
Show him again. Oh, look, he's
Can you guys
puckered.
see him?
Just barely. We can just see sort of.
Hey, come here. Oh, he's laying down.
We see
he's under my desk now. Now he's under my desk.
What about Cash? Will Cash come?
Cashy, will you come over here? Can you come over here? Cashy, can you come here? Come on.
Somebody's got a flap. There's 2 dogs in there.
Come on. Oh, it's gonna be him. Oh, we're screwed, you guys.
And you said that he has like a gentle flap.
Oh God. He may not flap, but he's gonna at least show you his face. I don't think he's gonna flap. But...
Really?
He's gonna eat my face. Can you guys see his face? Look at his face.
Oh yeah.
See his face? He's so snorgly. Okay. Everybody can see you. Say hello. Hello.
He looks like cookies and cream.
He is. He's so okay. Now you got to get down. He's like 90 pounds, and so he's very hard to. He's hard to deal with because he's like 90 pounds. He's a big boy, but he's still a puppy, you know.
Yeah.
So he acts like a puppy, but he's like this giant boulder in a china shop. That's how he is every day.
Giant bowl of cookies and cream ice cream.
He is. He's about as sweet. He's just also very reckless. So you guys, it's Friday.
It is Friday.
So excited that it's Friday. You guys, I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend.
Oh, wait, do I have anybody else to thank really quick? Yes, Ricardo Garay. Thank you, ladies, for getting me through my mornings. God bless you both. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Appreciate all of you.
You guys have a fantastic weekend. We'll talk to you on Monday.